Hello everyone and welcome to your channel IELTS Perfection. Today we'll be focusing on grammar for speaking. So I'll guide you on how to use grammatical structures to sound more natural and fluent in your speaking test. Let's get started. Grammar in IELTS speaking isn't just about being correct. It's about showing the examiner that you can use a variety of structures to express your ideas clearly and effectively. The better you manage your grammar, the more natural and confident you'll sound. Grammar impacts several IELTS speaking criteria: fluency and coherence, grammatical range and accuracy, and lexical resources. So it's essential to expand your range and use grammar naturally. The goal here is not just accuracy, but also fluency. Let's look at the key grammatical structures that can help you sound more natural. Number one is combining simple and complex sentences. One way to sound more natural in IELTS speaking is by using a combination of simple and complex sentences. Simple sentences are great for clarity, but using complex sentences allows you to express more detailed ideas and connect them smoothly. It's important to vary your sentence structures to demonstrate flexibility and fluency. Let's look at some examples.
I love books.
Clear and concise, but quite basic. The second example is a complex sentence with conjunctions.
I love books, especially mystery novels, because they keep me engaged for hours and allow me to escape into another world.
This sentence is an expanded answer that links two ideas using the conjunction because. The next example is a complex sentence with relative clauses.
I've always enjoyed reading books that are full of suspense. The plot twists keep me on the edge of my seat, and I can never predict what will happen next.
So here in this example, using the relative clause that are full of suspense adds details and make the response more interesting and natural. The next example is an expanded response using subordinate clauses.
Reading books, particularly those in the fantasy genre, has always been my favorite hobby. I find that reading helps me relax after a long day, and it also improves my vocabulary.
So as you can see, the use of subordinate clauses, like particularly those in fantasy genres, and I find that reading helps me relax, enhances the response, providing depth and showing your ability to use complex structures. Number two is using modal verbs for politeness and softening statements. Modal verbs like could, would, might, and should are incredibly important in making your speech sound more natural. Native speakers frequently use these verbs to express politeness, uncertainty, or possibility. Using modals will allow you to soften your statements and make them sound more conversational. Let's look at the examples. The first one is using might for possibility.
I might visit the beach this weekend, but it depends on the weather.
This structure introduces a sense of possibility, making the sentence sound more natural. The second example is using would for hypothetical situations.
If I had more free time, I would take a cooking class. I think it would be fun to learn how to cook different cuisines.
The use of would expresses a hypothetical situation, making the sentence sound more natural and thoughtful. And the third example is using modals to express uncertainty.
I think I might pursue a degree overseas, but I'm not entirely sure yet. It depends on factors like scholarship opportunities and my career plans.
Here, might and not entirely sure add a natural sense of uncertainty, making it a more natural and relatable sentence. Number three is using conditional sentences for hypothetical or imagined situations. Conditional sentences are perfect for discussing hypothetical situations or imagining different outcomes. In IELTS speaking, conditionals can help you talk about what could happen, what would have happened, or what you wish had happened.
If I get a high score on the IELTS exam, I will apply for a scholarship to study abroad.
So as you can see, this is a real future possibility. The first conditional structure is used to express a likely event. Example 2 is the second conditional that is used to talk about imagining hypothetical situations.
If I were to live in London, I would love to visit all the museums and parks. It seems like a great city for exploring.
Here, the second conditional is used to talk about a hypothetical situation, and notice the use of where for I. This is only correct when talking about hypothetical situations. And in example 3, we have a third conditional that is used to talk about imagining past situations.
If I had studied in an English-speaking country, I would have become fluent much faster.
The third conditional sentence is used to express regret or a missed opportunity in the past. And example number 4 is a mixed conditional that is used for imagining a present result of a past action.
If I had studied harder in high school, I would be at a more prestigious university now.
So here, we're combining the third conditional, if I had studied harder, with the second conditional, I would be, talking about a present result of a past action. And number 4 is using a range of tenses. Using a range of tenses in your responses is key to sounding natural and fluent in English. It shows that you can express yourself clearly about events that happened in the past, things that are happening now, and actions you plan to do in the future. Let's look at the examples.
I usually spend my free time with friends, and we enjoy outdoor activities and adventures.
Use present simple for routines and facts. Example number 2 is present continuous for ongoing actions.
Right now, I'm preparing for the IELTS exam. I'm focusing on my speaking and writing skills.
Present continuous tense is used to describe actions happening right now, temporary situations, future plans, or repeated actions. Example 3 is present perfect for experiences or actions that affect the present.
I have visited several countries to experience different cultures and traditions.
The present perfect tense is used to describe actions that happened at an unspecified time in the past, experiences, changes over time, or actions that started in the past and continue to the present. And example 4 is future simple for plans or predictions.
In the coming years, I will focus on building my career, and I believe I will achieve my professional goals if I stay dedicated.
The future simple tense is used to describe actions or events that will happen in the future, often indicating plans, predictions, or promises. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. Don't forget to subscribe for more IELTS videos. See you in the next lesson.